Some basic data needs to be in Passport's data files before you can use the system. Accessing the data files is either by the navigation ribbon at the top, going to the View Files icon, or using the tree on the left, going to the Files folders. I'll give myself more screen space by turning off the tree, as well as the dashboard and the help panes on the right. The three data files we'll need to populate initially are going to be the locations file, the stock item file, and additionally the issuee file. We'll start out at the location file. Passport's data files have split screens, meaning the list of locations is in the bottom part of the screen, and as you select locations down below, the details for that location show up above. Adding a new location is very easy. Simply press the New button over on the right, which brings up a location window. In the location window, you'll enter a location and a description. And then you'd press the Save button to save that location. If you've only got one stockroom and you know where everything is in that stockroom, then a simple location of 1 might be all that you need, and that's just fine. If you're identifying the shelves and the bin locations in that stockroom or multiple stockrooms, then you'll have hundreds of location codes, and you may use a different location scheme. For example, 1-1-1. The description might be aisle 1, rack 1, shelf 1. If you've got more than one warehouse, more than one stockroom, you may need to go a little bit deeper in your location scheme. For example, A3 to 400, which might have a description, warehouse A, aisle 3, rack 2, bin 400. Pressing the Save button, of course, will save that location to the file, and you can simply add new locations, edit existing locations, and go from there. You'll see that there's a barcode graphic next to the location itself. That means that you'll be able to print this location as a barcode label, and that topic will be covered later in a barcode label printing video. Next, you'll need stock item numbers entered. And again, pressing the New button on the right side of the screen will bring up a pop-up window where you can enter a new stock number. Keep in mind that Passport allows you to rename these data fields and tabs, so if you'd rather call this field, which is stock item number, if you want to call it SKU or part number, you can certainly do that. That functionality is handled in the admin field control area, and we'll take a look at that later. For now, entering the basics of a stock number is simply this: stock number itself and a description. This third field, which is called item type, it's also called inventory type. By default, it's called standard. If you've got the advanced stock module, you'll have some other choices there for entering batch lot, as well as serialized stock item numbers. At this point, you can press the Save button, and that stock number will be saved. You'll note that there are additional tabs available, and additional data fields, and additional user-defined fields, which you can turn on, rename, and put into play. The other interesting fields that may come in handy for right now are the category field. In the category drop-down, you may have existing categories entered. If not, you could simply press the green plus sign next to the category field. Get a category pop-up window where you can enter a new category, give it a name, press the Save button. The units of measure are available for you to define additional or different units of measurement. One example of using that is if you receive by a case, for example, and the inventory value is the each, you're certainly allowed to do that. So the units of measure capability is built in, and you can do that as needed. The Cost Price tab, which is available in certain versions of Passport, allows you to define and allow you to do different types of cost and price tracking. And the other interesting item in the stocking info tab is the min and max quantity field. So using the min quantity and a max quantity, that will be able to alert you when you're getting low on inventory. But again, pressing the Save button will save that record. That one already exists, so let me change the stock number, and then I'll press Save so that it gets entered. And finally, the issuees file. This is where you'll be entering customers, distributors, jobs, production codes, billing codes. Basically anything you'll be using to actually track the inventory usage will be entered as an issuee